So this is actually a different fan game of the Amazing Digital Circus. Hey guys, roxas here. Welcome back for another video, and today we're actually playing another fan game. This is not made by Queen, so no. But this one's actually made from a different person. But it was made. But even though when I saw this trailer of it, it looks interesting. But this one's called the Amazing Digital Circus Mind Games, but this is the demo version. So, anywho, if you guys want to know what it's all about, it's kind of... I want to see how this... So, it's good that there's about... It's made by the person named PitchBox Studios. And they actually made it look interesting of this game, and... Oh my goodness, the glitches, that actually looks pretty cool. So let's go ahead and click start on this game and see how this is. Oh my god, the animations of it. The animation looks pretty cool. Oh my goodness. You put a dusty headset that has been sitting nearby to an old computer. To your surprise, it still works. No menu, no sound, no game selection. You had no idea what to expect while waiting for it to load. You're surrounded by darkness, and for a few seconds, you wonder if there's anything to play. A buzz static catches you off guard until the surrounding the void suddenly flashes into blinding light. Your vision comes to a few moments later, a disoriented groan leaving your mouth. Blurry eyes try to look past to the spots blending your vision, and as it gradually comes into focus, you find yourself immediately assaulted by eye-piercingly bright blues, yellows, and reds. You find yourself standing in what resembles the inside of the giant circus tent. You stand in awe, staring at floating cubes, plastic tubes, and strangely stacked toy blocks. Excuse my reading. When suddenly, crack. Okay, this is so catchy! Alright, what am I doing? A loud sound near it sends you stumbling as a figure materializing from thin air. Well! Burn my beloved, my Scala. Scalar. The heck? If it's a new human! You bump into a short something that is not definitely gravity right above you. You stare up to a massive pair of chompers with eyeballs, trying to understand just what is it you're looking at. Welcome to the Amazing Digital Circus! His voice booms out across the colorful backdrop. His spoken words appearing in bold, colorful letters above him. My name is Kane. I'm your ringleader. Around here, I can tell you how delighted I am to finally see a new face in my circus. The hyperactive Denture keeps his two mischievous eyes on you like glue. Unblinking, unmoving, all you can do is stare and stun, silent as you attempt to catch up to all that is going on around you. While you're still trying to make sense of anything in front of you, you decide to... Oh my god, there's actually options! Oh my goodness, this is actually like Queen's game, oh my goodness. Express cautions inside for the digital circus. Reach up and try to take up the headset off. Ooh, wait, can I take the headset off? Okay, once you pull your head and struggle for a few seconds and quickly realize there's nothing to take off. Anything confused as for a way to disconnect yourself from the game. Disconnect? This place is fun! I promise you, there is so much we can do. Anything you want, as wacky as you can imagine. And you still got to meet all the others, am I right? He nudges your arm in an effort to convince you to just go with the flow of the game. You notice his fingers tapping rhythmically on his cane. His eyes are not leaving you. Oh my god, that art! I can see he has sharp teeth. Yeah, this is not Queen's art. He insists to you experience the game. Give it a chance. You decide to... You're incessantly polite. You want to exit? Come down, accept, and give it all. No, I want to try this. Because I just don't... I want to know what does it look like once it means by the exit. But I will look that up later. He looks and lets you sophisticate, clicking his heels together in air where he was already floating. Wonderful! I promise you, we have a great time here. I gotta show you around, and we gotta give you a name. He stops in a place of upper jaw, rising as just remembers something, and an unreadable look crosses his face before his eyes pinch and point the opposite directions. Jumping jacks in the old hullabaloo. I've got a complete forgotten. We were in the middle of a hardcore hide-and-seek game. You start to ask about to cut yourself off. He snapped his fingers. Oh my god! I get the reference! It's based off of Kate's Happy Place song! I love it! A strange board game with a face, it materialized out of nowhere and falls onto the ground. If you don't mind waiting for me for a bit, I will be back with you in a moment. I promise. Just don't go anywhere, okay? I want to be the one to show you around. Little me game for you to play. In the meantime, see you around a little bit. Toodaloo! Kane vanished, and there is deafening silence all around you. A quick look over the shoulders, and you can see how big the place is. I can't help it, the animation of it looks pretty good. The eyeball moving, the bubbles are moving, the block is moving, that rabbit right there is moving. You could listen to Kane and wait for him, but there were also so many strange looking areas that caught your attention. Oh my god, there's actually options for 4 things! You have a board game on your feet, and whose strange digital world surrounding you. You finally decide to stay and play with the board game, walk towards an open vent on the wall. I want to see what that means. Oh my god, that is so disgusting! I can see eyes in there! Right in front of you, on the far away, you spot what it looks like an open vent, and barely visible, with a giant colorful cubes blocking from the view. You walk towards it, worried that Kane might come back and find you, sneaking around. The vent is indeed wide open, as you thought, big enough for a person to fit in. Had someone used it? Was it a game's secret achievement? You ponder it for a minute, then reminding yourself that you are inside a game, you catch inside to investigate. Oh my god, that is so cool! There's the White Queen! This kind of reminds me of like Alice in Wonderland. Oh my god, that is so cool. You notice that the wall textures flicker on polygons just out of angles, forming gaps within the vent. The gaps themselves are big enough to see what lies beyond the white expanse. You guess that no one has tested this part of the map yet. It also seems rather dirty in here, with all the cobwebs and strangely shaped objects that also have faces. Perhaps that's why Kane didn't want you to explore. You peer through one of the holes and you get an unrevealing feeling that you're being watched. Yeah, the Gourd Queen. Suddenly something slithering in your peripheral as a multiple of eyes open and glare back at you from all directions, a blooming voice rumbling through the vent. Another colorful corridor in this presence of the Great Queen! Disrespectable! You can't help but scream. You think it's best to... Oh! Let's be polite to the Gourd Queen. I want to see how that goes. You try your best to be polite, trying to diffuse the tension between you and this monster. You're even completely their lovely eyes. There are many, many eyes. The creature's eyes narrow as it looks at you up and down, and you get the impression to try to figure you out in some way. You must be new here? I have not seen you around like the other things. You take this opportunity to get some answers. What do you know about Kane? What are you a queen of? What is a quink? I don't want to be so disrespectful. Okay, what is a quink? That sounds like disrespectfully the Gourd Queen. Those two are more... I'm thinking these two are actually more like disrespecting the Gourd Queen. But I had a feeling. What are you queen of? I had a feeling that might be disrespecting the Gourd Queen. Let's go ahead and do this one. You ask the Gourd Queen about what she knows about Kane. The Gourd Queen's eyes widens when you mention this name. Ah, you speak of the mad teeth god that bore this world to exist. That same god that made me in my king. But no matters not, for ye too shall become great due time, like everything else. I am not doing the Gourd Queen ever again. The Gourd Queen stares past of you that if she is seeing this future unfold between her very eyes, it is rather disconcerting you. You take this moment to slowly crawl away through the vent. Climb down carefully through the vent onto the sword carpet below, the swollen rumbling from the vent, whatever the creature was. You're glad you didn't make it mad. Well, at least I did not take off. What the heck was with the abstractions? Again, the emanations of this guy's good. You look around and find your bearings. It seems you're in a shabby-looking hallway. Past its prime, Mug the Grim stands in the walls as the wallpaper peels away, revealing strange blinking eyes. You try not to acknowledge them. Instead, you wander the hallways, locking doors, lingering on either side, each one with a family-looking characters. It is starting to feel more like a hotel for cartoons than a circus. Then a thought crosses your mind, though. Why are there so many doors with a red X on them? Question presses heavily on your mind. Suddenly, you're snapped out through your thoughts by the sound of the voices. It seems to be coming further down the hallway. With no other options, you head towards them. Maybe they can help you to get out of this place. It's better than having the company of doors, very least. The voices became clearer and clearer. You pick up the pace until, eventually, you're around the corner and... wham! Jiggle, jiggle. Oh, it's Poppy! You have run directly into something small and colorful. The sound of jiggle bells ringing out, echoing throughout the halls as you fall backwards onto the carpet. Is that a key that Poppy's holding? Slightly dazed, you slowly look up and see a small jester rubbing their head in pain. Next to the jester, a person-sized chest kneels down, concerned. Bigger! Wow. Oh my gosh, I'm hearing the music very carefully. I'm hearing the digital circus. Guys, listen to the thing very carefully. I can hear the digital circus playing. You guys heard that? Okay. Okay, I'm hearing it very carefully, so... I literally went shut my mouth for that, so that actually sounds very interesting. Okay, let's continue on. Are you okay? How many fingers I'm holding up? 3... Wait, I am? Oh my god, Kinger! The chess piece looks down at his own floating hand. His eyes slowly drift into 2 different directions as he begins to count them in a panic. He seems rather empty-handed. Oh, good news. Turns out I have 4. Oh, I just realized what the heck is with Kinger. Like, there's a crack on his chest. That looks good though. Pomni looks even better. Not gonna lie, it looks good. The dresser surely stand up, giving herself a brief dust off. The jester's eyes going wide. They focus on you with a full attention. Attention's in full spaces as you both look at each other. You get the odd feeling that they're about to try to fight you. And the jester puts themselves in between you and the chess piece, slowly backing away with them, tugging into a chess piece rope. Kinger, we need to get going now. Oh, perhaps they're here to see my insect collection. Okay, I love Kinger. The jester shakes their head as they count to step back, not breaking eye contact with you. You step forward, trying to explain your situation. 1 second you were putting on a headset, the next you were talking with a teeth man and everything else. Oh my god, am I abstracting? Your head starts to ache, just thinking about it all, and you grab it as if trying to yank something off. You start recording yourself. I mean, why you can't take it off? Is this even real? A small hand grasps onto your own and looks up to see a jester looking at you with some concern. Hey, it's okay. Take it easy. I'm sorry about that. I thought you were one of the NPCs. Your tone and their voices helped to calm you down, and you felt you were losing yourself for a second. Woo! I thought I was going to abstract at the moment. You're fine. I'm Pomni, by the way. And that over there is Kinger. Who? Can't help it, but Kinger! Kinger fatally looked behind him. You stare in sheer bereavement, but Pomni gazed to stare on you. So, what's your name? You try to answer, but nothing comes up to your mind where a name should be. It's just a blank space. Wait, he didn't give you one? She trails off, falling in thought. How about we could call you, Rookie? For now. Sounds good? Your mouth plays the sounds of the new name. It feels right, at least for the time you're here. Pomni brightens up. Well, it's nice to officially meet you, Rookie. Oh my god, so this is actually your character, meaning these characters, and this character, his name is Rookie. This kind of reminds me like Halo 3 ODST. She lets out a small chuckle, however, her face drops down into a frown. She looks back up at you with soulful experience. Sorry, you had to end up here at the time like this, but we really gotta get moving before he finds us. You're confused and ask who she's talking about. Kane. Kane? The big teeth guy? You recall your first meeting with him was unexpected. Despite the chaos regarding just about, well, everything, he seems harmless, if not a crooning encounter. You fall into it and step beside Pomni and Kinger as they both begin to make haste down the hall. You can ask about what Pomni meant about Kane finding you. Well, he's upset and unstable more than usual. It's started with the little things, a strange glare, or mean comments. But now I think he's trying to. Pomni trails off. She fidgets her hands. She steps back and looking at you. But we're trying to find a way to fix him. Kinger thinks there's something up with his base code. You look over at Kinger, who is currently staring right the bright ceiling light. You looked at her, probably skeptical. She lets out an awkward laugh. He's smarter than he looks. Trust me, we won't have gotten this far without him. Pomni smells weakly as she turns to him as he continues to stare at the light. Pomni, are you seeing these white dots in these lights? What do you mean I cannot go to the other way? Is that the abstraction way? Oh my goodness. So I can't click there. Okay, I see how it is. Against your better judgment, you took a deep breath and offered to help to fix Kane somehow. Don't actually know what the plan is. Perhaps you should have to ask that before agreeing. Potter looks up in surprised relief. It seems like she's hoping you would stay and help. Well, I'm glad you want to help, especially since you just met us. Thanks. The three of you continue on your journey down the various hallways. You notice Polly's eyes right around trying to find something. She knows you looking at her. Oh, we keep an eye out for the doors that this key fits into. They appear randomly. Hopefully one will lead us to Kane's control room. That's what Kinger thinks anyways. Suddenly a loud whack as Kinger smacked head first into a large door surprised both you and Pomni. Oh god, Kinger, are you okay? I'm not an oak, but there's a door. But the door is. Oh my god! There's an apple! You stand there in front of a large oak wooden door, engraven with vines and weird grinding bubble. Audrey lets up her key, tidily slots it into the door's keyhole. She pauses and looks back at you. This place isn't exactly safe, so be ready for anything. You give her a nod of confirmation. She turns the key and swings to open the doors. Oh my god, the Milton Hall Manor! On the other side were the fancy trophy room with roaring fire and comforting sofas. It would be a nice place to stay if it wasn't for freaky amount of heads on the walls that glares down at you. Though strangely, one of the mountain frames doesn't have a head. Instead, it's just a small plaque with the familiar names. Mommy glares as she looks at them. Her hands begin to fidget even more than before. Well, not the room we're looking for, but it could lead us to it. Any ideas, Kinger? Kinger wanders off to one of those sofas, sits down, especially a comfy one. You know, I think this is made with crocodile leather. The good stuff! Gosh dang it, Kinger. He begins to lean back, his body pressing into the pillows of the sofa as he lets out a contented sigh. Pomni lets out a sigh as she still fidgets. Well, I suppose it's okay to take a rest for a bit, but we can't wait for a while. Pomni sits down on her own sofa, and you see her whole body loosens as it looks like she's about to pass out. You wonder how long she's been running up about, but you rather worn out more than you look at them. Perhaps you could ask some questions. See, I can ask Pomni about Pomni's key. Okay, so I got 3 options, so at least the black one is the abstraction. So okay. Well, you ask why they look so worn out. You know what? Let's ask about Pomni's key. Oh, it's a Keegan. Kinger was able to make it earlier to help us access doors that Kane has locked. It looks those serial numbers you put in a program you bought. Well, sometimes you don't need to buy it. Pomni gives you a notice smirk. It suggests that it's pretty much how normal key works, but digital. Oh, I guess that's a simpler way to put it. Kinger told it better when he was explaining it to me. Pomni awkward glanced away, embarrassed. Like I said before, the plan is reach Kane's control room. Hopefully there's something in there we can use to fix his code if everything is still the same there. Is there anything else you want to ask? You were about to ask them further when suddenly, bam! You both hear the door slam behind you. What? Pomni rushes through the door, key upright, trying to open it. However, as soon as she enters the key, it emits a loud error sound. Guys, I think we have a problem. Oh no, that was went to compete in darkness. Oh my goodness, this reminds me of the Milton Hall Manor. The fire roars of flames blown out from the fireplace before it quickly snuffed out. There's a warm room and is now filled with sinister dread. You can feel the shivers creep down his spine. Oh, I think this is one of those sleepovers. You feel the room around begin to rumble. The shake of the walls begin to crumble. Split open. You hold onto Kinger to keep him right as Pomni's eyes strike around the room. Come on. There has to be There! Pony points there's the vent on the other side of the room. She races towards it. What the heck is that? Yeah, no! Yeah, no! That is terrifying! What the heck? The amount of heads violently clatter together. The mounts chattering like as thick vines erupt from behind. The freaky vine creature gnashes teeth hungrily. The vines twisted towards you at Kinger. What the? The thick vine suddenly bursts out of the fireplace, blocking Poppy's path. You feel Kinger's pulsing change. You look up and notice his eyes seem to more focused. He moves in front of you, protected stance, as he grabs something out of the obstacle trophy decor. Get behind me. Kinger holds it up, granted the darkness, ready to swing it. It's a machete! That proofs into the cloud of pixels as soon it makes a contact with the vines. Ah! Why does Cade even have that? There's loads. You retain the heads with Kinger. I wanna help with Poppy, because I don't want to deal with the vines. You run into Poppy. Both of you are able to move the heavy vine away, leaving the small opening to the vent. Poppy starts to kick it to loosen it, but scream startles you both. Oh! Oh my god! What the heck? What the heck? Hang on one sec. You look behind to find that Kinger has been grabbed onto the heads and been dragged away while struggling. Kinger! Omni intentionally launches herself and takes Kinger by the robe, trying to pull him back from the forming rabbit looking mount head that is munching on his face. I'm gonna help them. You run over the creepy smiling rabbit head, avoiding the other slender mount heads trying to grab you and Pomni. Using all your strength to kick it and punch it, you finally let Kinger go. Kinger falls onto the ground, quickly stands up, looks around himself with a terminated look. Over here, quick! You two quickly follow Kinger to the fireplace, avoiding the vines and biting heads. Flinging about, you ducked and punched at one of them in the time. You focus your attention back at Kinger, who is now touching the walls around the fireplace, trying to find something. What are you looking for? The switch! There should be a hidden one here. The heads respond like Kinger's launches over you. You manage to dodge it, but it's Pomni pushing her away between the other head vines. Help Pomni out of the back. I'm gonna help Pomni. You wave your arms waving over the Pomni, try to keep the vines away from her. The crying white mass trying to bite down at you both. Alright, Cade. Suddenly you hear a strange laugh in the distance, almost like it's an echoing the back of your mind. You look like around trying to locate it. Snap. Something isn't right. You look back at Pomni. Her face, her head. Pomni looks some kind of mindless zombie now. Her neck, Cade has replaced Pomni's head with a vision of herself as one of them biting him out. Oh no! Pomni's body is still hers, but she seems confused. Touching her new cosmetic, she stumbled a bit trying to find herself. Her new head wakes up and stirs the jelly bite the air, almost like a rabid dog. Pommy's body slowly starts to walk towards you with her arms extended, trying to find a way around. She doesn't realize what happened on the other side. Her new head locks into attention on you, and it tries to push itself as if it to bite you. You shout back at Kinger, asking in a hurry if he had found the switch yet. But the purple rabbit head was taking away his attention. He is finding it with one of the fireplace mount tools. Stay back! When you finally look back at your situation, you realize that Pomni is charging at your stumbling. You look around and think quickly, grabbing one of the pillows from the couch. You use it as a shield when Pomni finally reaches you. The zombie head bites onto the pillow, ripping parts of it. You shove it into her face, pushing her away from you. With one extra push, you make her fall on her back. You took one opportunity to run back to Kinger and help him fend off the smiling rabbit head by pulling off the vine of it to attach to it. Kinger gets pushing against the fireplace in the struggle. Wait, I think I see Kay in the background. It was here. You quickly push the bricks sharp in the switch. Fire wars once again. Bright ignite to push off the switch. Not lighten up. The room button ignited the vines growing into the chimney. The scream of Thrasher in agony quickly torn into ashes. The other vines in the room retreat in the panic. You look at Pomni. Her zombie face is melted like wax. Behind the pillow, you shoved her face. She goes back to her senses. What happened? Trying to explain in a few words, but Kingo rushes you both away from the dim light, noticing how his senses start slipping away from him again. Come on. We have to keep moving. Come on. You all go towards the room's vent without missing a beat. You three had gotten out of the trouble for now, but doesn't miss a beat at leaving that place behind. All you travels through the dark vent incinerator, glitching unfinished. After a long while, Pomni shouts out to you two trailing behind. I see a light. Let's see what we find. With a big push, her whole body, she takes the vent, grind down, crawls out. Yep, definitely an Alice in Wonderland. You three staring at the most bizarre space you have seen so far. A strange unfinished area, or maybe another of Kane's tricks, a void with so many doors everywhere. Such a beautifully light place for my insect collection. Ending doors in the void. So that's actually the ending of it. How many endings has this game got? Anywho, this is actually the Amazing Digital Circus Mind Games demo. Hopefully Moose not Moose. Who is that again? Who created it? PitchBox. So yeah, hopefully they might release the full version of it a little bit later. But anywho, I'm going to end this video right here. I want to say thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye everybody.